One power. God's on the final hour. One nation, one power. God's on the final hour. One power. God's on the final hour. One nation, one power. God's on the final hour. One power. God's on the final hour. One nation, one power. God's on the final hour. One nation, one power. God's on the final hour. One nation, one power. God's on the final hour.
Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. How do we become pure? We got to turn to the Most High God and Him alone with no sidekicks. You know what that means? That means there's no such thing as an only begotten Son of God. The Most High God is a standalone entity. There is no Batman and Robin, superhero, Justice League, none of that stuff. None of that garbage. Hit the like button on your way in the door. We're going to get into it in a little bit. We're going to read.
One power. God's on the final hour. One nation, one power.
Like this video. Share this video somewhere. If you dare. And I know some of you have your reasons why you can't and you won't share these videos. And trust me, I get it. But the least you can do is hit the like button. That's how you can help share this video, by just hitting the like button. We're going to force YouTube's hand. We're going to make YouTube show this video. All praises to the Most High God. All praises to the God of our fathers. Consider this video a audio only recording. I repeat, consider this video a audio only recording. Me gonna read.
One power. God's on the final hour.
I know for many of you, including myself, been a very long week in captivity, and it's not over. For you know it, in a few short hours, you're going to have to be right back in captivity again in the morning. And I'm sure many of you will as well. Some of you guys going into captivity tonight, working that graveyard shift. Y'all be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel, Hebrew. We living in dangerous times with a capital D. That's why we got to pray to the Most High for spiritual power and protection. And hit the like button on your way in the door. We getting ready to read. We're going to be checking out 2nd Esdras chapter 13. And we want to know, who is this man in 2nd Esdras chapter 13? Many of our people, they will be hasty, okay? And when I say hasty, you may say, well, hasty in what? Many of our people will be hasty, right? To dismiss the Apocrypha altogether, let alone 2nd Esdras chapter 13. Because many of us, including myself, the majority of the whole earth believes in JC. The majority of people on planet Earth believe in Yeshua or Yahawashi or Bahashem Yahawashi, as some of the the guys in GMS like to call him, Bahashem. And because the whole world, because of religion, right, and because of the Pope and all of that kind of stuff, the whole entire world, when you say things like God and the Bible, the very first thing that people say out of their mouth, and even if they don't say it out of their mouth, they're thinking it in their heart. They're thinking JC. And when we say JC, we're referring to Jesus, Christ, or Yeshua, or Yahawashi, or maybe Bahashem Yahawashi. I mean, this guy has many names because he's like a Uno card, a one size fits all. The JC card is your get out of jail free card. Because of the Pope and the Catholic Church, every single thing in the Bible or every single thing pertaining to who you guys call God, the Catholic Church has made it so the very first thing that pops in anybody's head is Jesus. And they did that by going worldwide and seizing people's countries and putting people into captivity. And that's on the lighter side of the game. They did much, much worse things than that. Okay? I don't have time to go into all the atrocities committed by what you guys would call the Roman Catholic Church. Too many atrocities to count. And that's why everybody, as soon as you start talking about who the world calls God, as soon as you start talking about, don't you mention the Bible, because the very first thing they're going to mention is Jesus. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who and where is he? Hit that like button, Hebrew, as you come through the door. Take off your shoes, get your favorite drink, and we gonna read. Share this video, Hebrew. Are you guys seeing what's going on as we come into 2025? Now, so far today, I'm not aware of anything crazy happening today that I'm aware of. But today is January 3rd, 2025. The first 2 days in 2025, it was crazy things going on, violent things going on. I have a very strong feeling 2025 is going to be a brutal, violent year. People are going to be getting freaking left and right. And the year started off like that. People getting BK'd right out the gate. I'm telling you, if you think that the Most High is going to keep on playing around and letting people disrespect him by bringing up this Bahashem character, you guys get ready to find out the hard way. And because I am your brother, I am an Israelite, and I'm trying to warn all my brothers and sisters, because when the Most High starts laying people down, it gets brutal at times. And we are in those days and we are in those times. You guys, when you be reading in the Old Testament and you read those scriptures and they be saying stuff like, in those days, in those times, in these days, like these are those days right now, you guys. Can you not feel it in the air? Can you smell the smoke in the air? Can you feel the smoke in the air? It's big smoke in the air. If you can't smell it and feel it, I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is you better tighten up and you better turn to the Most High God and him alone, and you better ditch every single idol, and we gonna start with the world's favorite idol, JC, also known as Christ or Yeshua or Yahawashi or maybe Bahashem Yahawashi. All of it, cut it out. You're gonna get yourself BK'd. You saw what happened on New Year's Eve celebrations in New Orleans, didn't you? You saw what happened on New Year's Day in Vegas, didn't you? And now you see we getting ready to come up on the presidential inauguration. Oh my Yahweh, I can only imagine the disturbances in the streets. I can feel the demonic activity in the DMV. Because look, the closer you are to DC, the closer you are to wickedness. Just like other places out there like New York and all that. But see, DC is wicked on a whole nother level. You guys, if you guys understand anything about DC, when DC was first built and founded, like if you go way up in the sky, right, and you look down on Washington, DC, you will see that the way that it's built from the sky looking down, you will see people had very demonic thoughts on their minds when they were constructing Washington, DC. And that's why you got the reflecting pool downtown in DC. That's why you got the monument downtown DC. That's why DC is set up the way it is. It's almost like a major, how can I say it? Almost like a temple. Downtown DC, now that I think about it, is almost like a downtown outside temple of idolatry and witchcraft. That's why we got the reflecting pool downtown DC, the monument, the Abraham Lincoln statue. That statue is huge. That statue is an idol. It's made to be worshipped. Like I said, if you was to go up, way up in the sky and look down on Washington, D.C., you would see the whole configuration and where they got it laid out is satanic. We got Brother J.R. Meadows in the building. Brother J.R. Meadows, and he goes, what's up, my people worldwide? Hebrew FBA, stand up. Shout out to all the good family out there worldwide. And shout out to the FBA here in America. And shout out to the FBA worldwide. your secret identity. See, when we was asleep and we was hiding, the hidden ones in America, a lot of us are FBA. We got other people from other tribes of Israel who are in America too. They're not FBA, but they're a part of our family. But right now we talking about the FBA that's here in America. That's our identity when we are hiding, when it's being kept a secret who we are. We FBA, foundational Black Americans. It's just like Superman. When Superman is hiding his identity, his name is Clark Kent. You see that? Our Clark Kent name is FBA. Or you might have been calling us Black. But when we reveal our identity, FBA, we the Kingdom of Judah. Shout out to the Jews in America. And shout out to the Northern Kingdom that's here in America. We got a lot of our Northern Kingdom brothers here in America too. Shout out to the 12 tribes of Israel who are in America. And shout out to the 12 tribes of Israel who've been scattered into all nations. You guys, the nation of Israel is something else, y'all. Because all 12 tribes have been scattered into all nations. But guess what, too? Also, all 12 tribes are in the United States of America. Believe it or not, family. They have done their best job to hide our true identities, to mix us up. Oh, they done mixed us all over this world. Just like niggas never knew FBA was over in Spain. That's you, Spanish Negroes. You Spanish Jews. You Jews that were in Spain. That's FBA, y'all. Do you know that? Do you guys know that? And whatever one of our other brothers and sisters are mixed in there too. Because the slave master, when he went to round us up and put us in slavery, the slave master didn't say, hey, I'm only taking Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. A lot of us, because of our skin, and it doesn't matter whether you were darker or lighter, they knew you was a nigga, you got thrown in there. And we'll worry about separating these niggas once we get them to wherever we gonna take them. And they took us into every country, into every land, y'all. That's how you know we got all 12 tribes right here. And that's how you know the Most High God is about to jump down on America with both feet. You can think the Most High playing if you want. Give me 1 second, family, and hit that like button if you haven't already, Hebrews. Pound that like button, Hebrew. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. Woo! Hey, y'all, hit that like button if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we got Hazel Wizards up in here. Hazel Wizards, and she goes, Mr. Real Talk, Nation of Israel. Hey, family, worldwide, loving heart emoji. All praises to the Most High alone. You guys, if you don't know, you're gonna know. On this channel, we shouting it from the mountaintop. We shouting it from the hood, from the projects to the hills in the country. We shouting it from wherever we at. We don't care who's around. We don't care who likes it. All of our praises go to the Most High and Him only. We are very selfish and very stingy with all of our praise and admiration. And we ain't got no praise and admiration. We don't have enough to go anywhere else except to the Most High and Him only, period. J.R. Meadows says, thumbs up, people. That's right. What up, brother J.R. Meadows? Good to see you in the building as always. Good to see you. Hold on, Hebrews, hold on. Wait a minute. Shucky ducky quack quack. Bunny. Hit that like button, Hebrews. Step right up. Hit that like button. Step right up. Hit the subscribe button too if you haven't already. And we get ready to read. We gonna read. We gonna tap up on this second Esdras chapter 13. And we gonna go back and we gonna rethink. We got J.R. Meadows and he says, Hazel, thumbs up 100 strength emoji. You guys know what time it is. With your powers combined. That's how it is. Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. By your powers combined. Who remember that? Who remember when Captain Planet used to say that? When the Planeteers, remember the Planeteers? They had those rings and they all had the elements of the earth. I'm talking to somebody out there. They all had a piece of the puzzle. It was the elements of the earth. And all of those elements of the earth that those Planeteers had in those rings, those elements was alive. Like what? Earth, wind, water, fire, heart. By your powers combined. That's what it is when the Most High only Hebrews step in the building. When the Most High only Hebrews step in the building, I don't care who it is. They better watch out. They better watch out when the Most High only Hebrews coming through. Because we only serve the Most High God, Yahweh, and we only worship him and we only fear him. We know that he's the one to be feared. As long as we fear the Most High, everything else is going to work out just fine. Hazelwood says, at J.R. Meadows, hello, brother. That's right. That's right. Nothing like seeing the Hebrews interacting in the shizat. And you know what? To all you Gentiles out there, I know it ain't many of you, but there is a handful of Gentiles out there who are going to sincerely be honest and they're going to cleave to the house of Israel. Whoever you are, wherever you are, every now and again, you guys pop up over here. Shout out to you. I ain't got no bone to pick with you because you a sincere Gentile. And I know that, like I said, it ain't many of you. But if you're one of them sincere ones, shout out to you. Because see, you coming over here and you going to side with us. So there's no way that I could buck up against you. There's no reason to. You siding with us. You trying to worship our God. And it's our job. We're going to show you how if you come over here. But are you willing to submit yourselves to the teachings of what you would call so-called black people? Now, if you are, kudos to you, because I know the Most High is the one who's going to put that spirit on you. Because most people, they don't like the thought of having to be taught about who the world calls God from FBA. You think the Gentiles out there want FBA teaching them about God? Like I said, if you are a Gentile, then you can actually be cool with foundational black Americans teaching you about God. Then all I gotta say, all I can say is shout out to you, Gentile, whoever you are, because that's going to disqualify the majority of you right there. You're not going to be able to take that. To know that you have to go and take instruction, spiritual instruction about God, from whom the world calls Negroes or black people or North American Indians. Call us whatever you want. They didn't change our names a million times to hide our true identity. I don't care what you call me at this point. Just call me nigga. Okay? Because nigga is the English version of the word Negro. And Negro is Spanish for black. And why would Spanish people be saying that? Because the Jews in Spain, the Spanish Jews, were Negroes. And it's a known fact that the Negroes or the Spanish Jews are direct descendants of the house of David. Shout out to all you Negroes out there. If you was born on this earth, and from the time you've been a little nigga, they've been calling you nigga or Negro. I don't care which one they're calling you. Nigga or Negro, sometimes you get called both. You the house of David, nigga. I'm never gonna stop saying it. Call me nigga. That's my name. That's your name. That's your last name. And wear it with pride, nigga. Remember who you are, nigga. Yeah. Negro, house of David, tribe of Judah, kingdom of Judah, which consists of what? Judah, Benjamin, Levi. What? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. What? What you say? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Uh-oh. You telling me that FBA True Identity, when they go Superman mode, they Judah, Benjamin, and Levi? That's exactly what I'm telling you. Them same Spanish Jews, Negro. You so-called African Americans. You the Jews. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. What up, man? Been calling yourself nigga all this time. And the Most High made sure they kept calling us nigga. Even though they say it with the hard ER. But the Most High made sure they kept saying that. So when it's time for it to come out, you're going to be able to trace it back and know they're calling you nigga because you're from the house of David. What up, Judah? They scared out there. Hazel Woods says, I have seen a lot of them take our teachings and try to teach our book that was only given to us, plus add that idol. Bring it out, Hazel Woods. You right, Hazel. Hazel Woods says they refuse to acknowledge us or take instruction, but like to hijack our message. Hazelwood says, with no understanding whatsoever. Hey, Hazelwoods, that is 100 what you just said. All facts, Hazelwoods. But they love hijacking our books, hijacking our message, watching our videos. And now, the judgment of the Most High is pulling up. The Most High did not waste any time. 2025 hit, and then he just started throwing blows, y'all. But now we're going to do a little reading before it gets too long-winded, because y'all know how I get. And I start running my big black mouth, hanging out with you niggas. Hanging out with you niggas from the kingdom of Judah, and your last name is nigga. Your last name is nigga. Nigga is just an American English version of Negro. Negro is not just a derogatory term. That's your last name, Negro. AKA House of David, the Spanish Jew. That's why they calling you Negro. Because in Spain, they were speaking Spanish. So they said, look at him, Negro. He's black. And it's a known fact that the Spanish Jews are direct descendants from the house of David. Go do your research. You'll find out. And when you find out, your jaw is going to drop to the floor. Because I know mine's did. I was blown away. I still am blown away every time I think about it. And guess what? There are all different kind of black people out there. And there are lots of black people out there. See, everybody gonna want to be a nigga now. But I remember plenty of times these were so-called Africans, right? And these were real Africans, real Hamites. They were adamant at my old job. This one so-called African, he used to see the niggas, right? The so-called cool niggas, which was the slaves. And he would say, I am not the Negro. No, I am not the Negro. I was like, nigga, you think we don't know that? We know you a Hamite. We know you are not one of us. You look like us. You got our skin, but your spirit ain't like us, and you just ain't like us. The only thing you got like us is skin tone. Everything else about this guy was screaming Hamite. And I know this guy. He was definitely not a Negro, and he knew he wasn't a Negro. Letting you know, too, a lot of these other nations, they know exactly who they are. This dude knew that he was not a Negro. And I guarantee you this, he don't know that the Negroes are direct descendants of the house of David. Because if he did, this dude was a diehard Christian, though. He would have been trying to say he was a Negro had he known that. I would love to run across that guy today. And when 2020 came and the pandemic came and we all lost our jobs for a good while, I haven't seen him since them times. But right leading up to the pandemic, this guy was a diehard Christian, right? But the Most High had begun to put that heavy Israelite spirit on me and another one of my other buddies who was there, right? And this was the last place I thought I was going to see a dude who knew they was an Israelite. Nigga from D.C., from Southeast. If anybody is on this live stream or on the playback, y'all know anything about Washington, D.C., you know it's known for heavy gun violence, and especially the whole city in DC is known for letting them things fly. But when you go to Southeast, it's just like you just ready to die at this point. It's damn near a suicide mission, right? So one of my brothers, right, and he got pulled in the IUIC, y'all. One of my brothers was from Southeast. He might end up seeing this video, brother. If you see this video, you know who you are, brother. If you should happen to see this video, brother got pulled in the IUIC, y'all. But he was a mighty brother, right? And he knew who he was, and that was just a shock. Because if you know, you know. You don't see guys like that in Southeast in DC. But this guy, you know, he was. I'm not dissing the brothers in Southeast because I got niggas in Southeast that I love and know. I got family in Southeast. I got friends in Southeast. All right. I was born in Southeast. All right. So this is not a diss to the brothers in Southeast. I'm just keeping it real. It's one of the most savagest places in the United States of America. Easy to get your life snuffed, like in a fraction of a second, for nothing, for literally nothing. So the fact that this brother knew he was an Israelite, and when he saw me at the job, we met each other. He was like, "What, you brother, you know you an Israelite?" Like he was completely blown away because he had never known anybody in D.C., Maryland, or Virginia personally that knew they was an Israelite. Everybody that he knew was online. So it was like we was brought together at that job in D.C., right? It was crazy. And if that brother, if you see this video, you with IUIC. If you still with them, if you should happen to see this video, brother, I know you was sincere and you know exactly who you are, brother. I ain't gonna say your name, but you know who you are. If you see this video, you know who I am. Because I know what kind of guy you are if you happen to come across this video, and Most High willing, you will. But we get ready to read, and why am I mentioning that brother? Because that brother holds a dear place in my heart. I had mad love for that brother, and I still got mad love for that brother. But he got sucked into IUIC. And do y'all know the apocrypha that I'm getting ready to read from? We both got our apocryphas at the same time. This brother, look, we were so zealous. We were so zealous to be studying and to be doing our thing. Before I could even get to it, this brother went online and purchased my apocrypha for me. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm talking about y'all. I'm telling you, even though we was Messianics, the Most High was working with this brother, just like he was working with me, just like he was working with any of us who he sees turning to him in sincerity. In sincerity. You guys, it's levels and stages to this. I know you guys know. I know you guys know. You know what? And I'm really hoping and praying that this brother comes across this video somehow, some way. I don't know how he would do it. I don't know. Maybe if I put Washington, D.C. in the title, I don't know. Maybe he'll look. Because this guy is an Israelite, and he's a zealous Israelite. but he's just the idol. He believes in, IUIC. But this brother bought me my first Apocrypha, y'all. He bought the Apocrypha that I got right now. Y'all know the classic King James Version Apocrypha, the red book. This brother bought me this book. And imagine what I was feeling, being in D.C., having another brother in D.C. from the south side of D.C., knows he's an Israelite. Not only that, works at my job. So y'all know the kind of stuff that we was doing every day at work, right? Y'all know the kind of time we was on, right? The kind of edification we was able to give one another and receive from one another with walking examples all around us. Y'all know what kind of time we was on, right? This brother bought me my first Apocrypha. And I told you, this brother, shout out to this brother. This brother was a real nigga from the streets, okay? Who converted, not through no power of his own. It was the Most High God who got that brother to change his life and trying to start living a righteous life. And I hope that he's came up out of IUIC by now. I don't know, because I haven't seen that brother in a few years. But we get ready to read, and look, here's the thing, you guys. Many of us used to believe in Yeshua or Yehoshua. Hazelwood says, read Deuteronomy chapter 30 as a final warning before you end the live. Read, we'll do. We'll do that, Hazelwoods. Deuteronomy chapter 30. We'll read that before we get up out of here. Indeed, we will. If anybody's in here right now, if you haven't hit the like button already, hit that like button, Hebrew. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, subscribe to the channel. And I guess you figured it out by now. This video is a audio only recording. Here we go. Now, many people focus on JC. They focus on Christ. So every single time you read something in the Bible, whether it's Old Testament, New Testament, any ancient book, doesn't matter. Enoch, the Apocrypha, whatever. Every time somebody tries to read something, they try to insert JC into it. They're going to have JC. JC is everything according to the world. And when I say the world, that means Catholics, Christians, Messianics, Baha, Shemers, everything. Whether you're calling them JC, Christ, Yeshua, Yahawashi, Bahashem Yahawashi, I don't care what you're calling them. It's all the same philosophy. He's gatekeeping the way to the Father. He's trying to stick you up, basically. He's trying to rob you and hold you up and stick you up of your admiration and praises and telling you before you want to get to the Father, you got to come show admiration, praise, and acknowledgement and do all this other kind of garbage to him because he's gatekeeping. And because of that, he was only able to do that because the Roman Catholic Church went with the sword worldwide and they got busy with the sword. Put the fear of God in niggas' hearts out there. So then after that, whatever they say, you just said, okay, sure. Because you were scared. And that's what happens when you're afraid to die. You're going to bow down and do whatever you're told, which is what we did. So because of that, the Roman Catholic Church said, hey, JC is this, JC is that, this means this means that. And we said, sure, okay. And just kept going along with nonsense all the way to this very day. And so now we figured out that the New Testament was a hoax. It was a sham. Nothing but idolatry. And since we figured that out, we also understand that, see, a lot of these things were planted in our minds subliminally. Parts in the Old Testament where it never even mentions JC, but because of how the whole world has been taught for 2,000 years, for more than 2,000 years, subliminally, they planted these things in there, and it makes it seem like it's talking about Yahawashi or Bahashem Yahawashi or JC. It makes it seem like it's talking about him when it's not. So because of that, we know that we are to reject Christ. We reject Christ over here. Call him Yeshua, Yahawashi, Bahashim. We reject him. We don't acknowledge him. We do not accept him. We don't drink any blood of any kind. It's all satanic, evil, demonic, and wicked, and you're going to be judged. You're going to be freaking K'd by the Lord of hosts for drinking any kind of blood. And I mean any kind. No blood drinking at all of any sort will be tolerated. You're going to be slain by the Lord of hosts, period. So once we get that in our heads, and you know that the Most High God never acknowledges Yahawashi, never mentions him, never speaks of JC at all. So as we go into this second Esdras chapter 13, get that messianic mind frame out of your head, you guys, because many of us, some people have shrugged off the Apocrypha because they think that what I'm getting ready to read to you right now, they think that this is about Yahawashi. And that's only because you have Catholics teaching you the Apocrypha. IUIC, they're Catholics. GMS, they are Catholics. Everything is about JC, just like the Catholics. Just like the Catholics told you. Okay? Just like somehow the Christians say in Ezekiel, when Ezekiel saw that wheel in the wheel, which is clearly a UFO, which is clearly some kind of chariot, but the Christians say that Ezekiel's wheel, they say that that's JC. How in the world? So JC is everything now. Including a wheel inside of a wheel. Even though Ezekiel said he saw a wheel, the Christians say that wheel is JC. Is there anything that's not JC in the Bible? I actually saw a messianic one time say, if it wasn't for JC, there would be no need for any book of the Bible. I said, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's how blood drunk and demonic this whole world is, you guys. And everybody's been led astray. I had to give that super long disclaimer so that you can get Bahashim Yahawashi out of your mind. Now that we've cleared the devil out, we can read. And the first thing I want you to do, so I can prepare a little way, see, we're going to qualify some Hebrews out there. And guess what? Not only that, we're going to qualify some of you Gentiles out there. You Gentiles out there to say, oh, you believe in the Most High. You Gentiles that say, I'm going to cleave to the Israelites. Are you? If you're going to cleave to the Israelites, that means what I'm reading to you right now, if you're a Gentile, you're going to agree with this. You're going to line yourself up with this. You're going to say, yes, I believe that. Check this out, Hebrew. And we're going to the book of Isaiah, chapter 40 and verse 31. Again, hey, Hebrews, write this down. If you guys don't want to write this down, no problem. Come back and watch this video multiple times and go to the 44:50 mark, and that's where we start to bring out scriptures. Bring it out. The book of Isaiah, chapter 40 and verse 31, and listen good, because this is a prophet. This is a man of the Most High God, not a man of Christ, not a follower of Christ. Isaiah don't know a thing about no Bahashim. Okay? Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31. Thank you, Hazel Woods. And it reads, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Oh, and let me back up real quick, because I'm going to do this, right? I have the Yahweh Bible. Hold on, you guys. I'm a cowboy. Hit that like button, Hebrew. Look, I have the Yahweh Bible, but I'm not using that at this moment. right now I'm reading from the King James Bible. But here's what I'm going to do. Because every single time in the Old Testament Bible, the Hebrew Bible, which is the Old Testament Bible, whenever you see the word Lord in capital Lord, that translated is Yahweh. That's why when you go read the Yahweh Bible, every place in the Hebrew Bible, which is the Old Testament, every place in the Hebrew Bible where it says Lord in capital Lord, in the King James Bible, in the Yahweh Bible, they actually put his name back in there. It's the Yahweh Bible with the Most High's name restored. So instead of saying Lord, I'm going to say how it's supposed to read, the way it reads in the Yahweh Bible. So with that, it says, but they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. A lot of the times, y'all, we will read those verses, right? A lot of the times we'll read those verses and we will gloss right over that. We'll read it. We'll say, yes, that sounds good. That feels good. But do you actually really believe this? I'm talking to somebody out there right now. I'm talking to somebody out there right now. Do you believe this? This is not for everybody. And believe it or not, this is not for people who do not believe this. I'm going to read it again. The book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31. And it reads, but they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. I'm talking to somebody out there right now. Do you guys really understand what this means? Can you get this in your head to think that people that wait on Yahweh, they're going to renew their strength? Do you even know what that means? Do you know what that means? Well, if you don't know what it means, you can get a glimpse of it, because once these people who wait on Yahweh, once they have their strength renewed, it says they shall mount up with wings as eagles. You guys, the people that wait on Yahweh, at some point, you're going to be able to fly. Now look, somebody out there, you guys can make this into a spiritual thing if you want to, like a Christian. You can try to dumb this down like you want to, if you want to, just like a Christian or a Catholic or maybe a Messianic. This means what it says. It says like eagles. Do eagles mount up spiritually, or do eagles mount up physically? I'm not going to let nobody spiritualize this. This means what it says. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. See, we haven't had our strength renewed yet. That's why many of us cannot even fathom something like this taking place. You're like, no, a man is not going to be able to fly. Well, Isaiah said otherwise. Isaiah says otherwise. Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Now, you know why people want to spiritualize that? Because people would be scared out of their minds if Israelites were able to fly. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Why do you think they hid so much of our information? When we started to go into the book of the 12 patriarchs, the prophets and the 12 patriarchs, some of the things that the 12 patriarchs could do were superhuman. Some of the strength that they had was ridiculous. And matter of fact, we're going to get back on that soon, reading the testaments of the 12 patriarchs. Some of the things that our forefathers could do, our 12 founding fathers of our nation, some of the things they could do was superhuman. Some of them had superhuman strength. And we're going to get back into reading that. We just barely begun to crack the surface with reading Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. But why did I just read 40 and 31? I wanted to really know who believes that out there. Because Isaiah says you're going to be able to fly like an eagle. It didn't say you're going to mount up spiritually as an eagle. It says the people that wait on Yahweh, they're going to mount up like eagles. And I'm asking you, how does an eagle mount up? Because Isaiah says you're going to mount up the same way an eagle does it. That's how you're going to do it. Eagles don't say, I'm going to spiritually mount up. I'm going to spiritually fly. That's not how you mount up. Eagles actually go up. And Isaiah said you're going to mount up with wings. Like eagle wings, you're going to mount up. You're going to be flying. I know that's hard for us to understand right now, but that's what it says. And why did I want to read that though? I wanted to prep you. Okay? I'm prepping you for 2nd Esdras 13. Look, if you with us right now, you can't even leave right now, or you done just wasted your time. I'm prepping you for 2nd Esdras and 13. And guess what? Now we're going to go to the next prep before 2nd Esdras 13. And guess what? After I read this right here, you're going to know exactly who 2nd and Esdras 13 is talking about. And after we read what we get ready to read right here. And you are going to love it. You know why you're going to love it? Because the Most High God is moving. I can feel it, and I know you guys can feel it too. We can feel it in the air, because that's what time it is. The Most High God, when he moves, you feel the impact. Now, what did we just read? Isaiah 40 and 31. Read. I'm going to read it again. Isaiah 40 and 31. Read. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. None of us out there knows exactly what that means. You've never seen it. All you know is you haven't experienced it, and no one has. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings. It didn't say spiritual wings. Okay? They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. This sounds real superhero-ish to me. Somebody's going to be flying out there. And look, you guys don't have to believe me, because I'm not the one saying it, but I am reading it. And you know what? Something that I'm learning more and more, family. Being able to have faith in certain things is a gift from the Most High God. And it's levels to faith as well. Being able to have the faith that a lot of us have around here, that's a gift from the Father, y'all. That's a gift. To not only be able to see these certain things, but to be able to actually believe these things wholeheartedly, and then to have things confirmed to you. And the Most High is confirming these things right now. Read, check this out. And I told you, we doing surgery. We doing spiritual surgery right now. If you want to spiritualize something, we can spiritualize surgery. We are doing spiritual surgery right now, and we're going to find out who this man is in 2nd Esdras chapter 13. It's not Christ. It's not JC. It's not Yeshua. It's not Yahawashi. It's not Bahashem Yahawashi. But we're going to find out who it is. Now, we just read in Isaiah 40 and 31. Read, I like saying that too. I wish I could be out there with them brothers out there at GOZ, Israelites on the corner. Read. But I'm all the way in the DMV. Read Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. And it reads, but they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. That's the part we want. Okay, now just remember that. The people that wait on the God of Israel, they're going to be mounting up with wings like eagles. They're going to be able to fly. Now watch this. The book of 2nd Baruch, chapter 72, verse 1 through 6. Listen good. Another book that they tell you, don't read this, don't read that. We're not listening to any of that because I'm not a Catholic or a Christian, so I don't have to abide by those rules. The Most High God never told me or never told any of us, don't read this, don't read that. And if anybody out there is saying that's the case, put the scripture up there in the law, in the Torah, where the Most High God commanded us, don't read this, don't read that. And then I'll stop reading this and I'll stop reading that. The minute someone produces a law from the Torah, I'll stop. The minute you produce a law from the testimony, I'll stop. But you won't because you can't, so I won't. So I'm going to read the book of 2nd Baruch, chapter 72, verse 1 through 6. And it reads, because now we're going to find out. Remember the title of this video. Remember why you clicked this video. Who is this man in 2nd Esdras, chapter 13? It's not JC, it's not Yahawashi, it's not Bashem Yahawashi. So who is it? And you're going to see, you better pick this Apocrypha up and start reading. Thank you, Hazel Woods. Hazel Woods, you are the best. Hazel Woods says 2nd Baruch, chapter 72, verse 1 through 6. Read. Now hear also about the bright waters which come at the end after these black ones. This is the word. And you know what? At some point, we're going to have to delve deeper into that because that seems like some pretty heavy stuff right there. I'll read it again. Now hear also about the bright waters which come at the end after these black ones. So black waters were coming, and then at the end, bright waters are going to come. This is the word. Very interesting. It has something to do with water. We all know water is very spiritual, very powerful. Very interesting, that first verse. That's a whole video right there alone. Verse 2. After the signs have come, of which I have spoken to you before, when the nations are moved, and the time of my anointed one comes, he will call all nations. You see that? He will call all nations, and some of them he will spare, and others he will kill. Oh my Yahweh. What did he say? Hold up, you guys. Hold up. He couldn't have said what I thought he said, right? No way. No way the Most High would talk like that, right? God is love, brother. Love, brother. Brother, you're my brother. Love, brother. God is love, brother. You're my brother. Good old brother. Love, brother. God is love, brother. He would never kill, brother. Love, you're my brother. We're going to read what God said. And after the signs have come, of which I have spoken to you before, when the nations are moved and the time of my anointed one comes, he will call all nations, and some of them he will spare, and others he will kill, brutally kill. This is none other than King David. Do you hear this? It says, when the time of my anointed one comes. If you guys don't know who the Most High anointed one is, according to the Old Testament and the Torah, it's King David. Do you guys see that, Hebrews? Hey, Hebrews, I'm talking to somebody out there. Hey, Hebrews, I'm talking to somebody out there. Hebrews, who is the anointed one of Israel? Who is the most highest anointed one? Huh? Hebrews. Hebrews. Do you guys not know? See, we got to uncover this. We got to uncover this and unveil all of this. This is the prep. You got to get prepped to know who the man in 2nd Esdras chapter 13 is. I heard so many people say, especially when they turn Most High only, I'm not reading the Apocrypha. I'm not reading 2nd Esdras 13. They're telling you about JC. No, they're not. That man in 2nd Esdras chapter 13 is not Christ, is not JC, is not Yeshua, it's not Yahawashi, it's not Bahashem Yahawashi. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that guy. Get Yahawashi out of your mind. They hack everything. This is about the Most High's anointed. And look, after all this prepping we doing, once we start reading 2nd Esdras chapter 13, that bad boy gonna line up so smooth, and you are not gonna have any doubts in your mind. And I'm gonna read it again. Verse 2: after the signs have come, which I have spoken to you before, when the nations are moved, and the time of my anointed one comes, he will call all nations, and some of them he will spare, and others he will kill. Oh my. Verse 3: these things will befall the nations by. Verse 72, chapter 72, every nation which has not known you, and which has not trodden down the seed of Jacob will live. You see that? The Most High is going to put the spirit on King David. King David going to take one look at you, and he's going to know whether he should kill you or not, or whether he should let you live. Verse 5: and this is because some from all the nations have been subjected to your people. Verse 6: all those now who have ruled over you or have known you will be delivered up to the sword. You're gonna be freaking Cade, nigga. Whoever put the children of Israel in slavery, off with his damn head. What King David is gonna do, and that's why people are so afraid of brotherhood and sisterhood amongst the nation of Israel. Because when King David comes, the time of the Most High is anointed, he gonna gather all nations. Some he gonna spare and some he's gonna kill. And guess what? He gonna have his men helping with some of that killing too, by the way. You better understand that. And I know YouTube is going to be pissed in this video. They're going to shadow ban, demonetize, block it, hide it in certain countries, whatever. Whoever needs to see this video is going to see this video. And guess what? Okay, go ahead and demonetize this video. I'm sure it is. I won't even make 5 cents off this video. But you know why this video is worth more than $1 million? Because I was doing these videos for free. This channel got started for free. And you know what the ultimate payout will be? Forget a channel on a platform on social media. The ultimate payout for me doing these videos and doing my job and chasing after the Most High with all my heart, mind, and soul, the ultimate payout is going to be me and my brothers and sisters getting eternal life, living in the kingdom, and actually watching 2nd Baruch chapter 72 come to pass. Watching King David round you up and seeing if he says, that one right there is okay. He's cool. He's cool. She's cool. Tell him come on in. He's cool. She's cool. Hey, that one right there, move him over to the left. Hey, see that nigga right there? Hey, go grab that nigga right there. Hey, see that guy back of him? Slide him over to the left. I want to see 2 Baruch chapter 72 come to pass. And you know what's so beautiful, family? If we stay holding on to the Most High and we serve him until the day that we die, doesn't matter when we die. We will witness this. We already read about what happens when you die as soon as you die. If we stay and we pass away before he comes, as soon as we die, we're going to have a few days to be free, roaming around, and then we're going to go into our habitations. It's going to be guarded by angels, and the angels are going to bring us up to speed. They're going to clarify things, and we're going to be bold and confident, and we're going to know that we're going to get the kingdom, and we're going to know that our faces are going to shine like the sun, and we are going to be chopping at the bit to get out of there and to go before the Most High, because the Most High is already going to be there, confirmed it to us when we in our dwellings what's going on. And we are going to be so geeked up. I can only imagine it's going to be like being backstage at a rock and roll concert, knowing that you're about to go out on stage, knowing you're about to go out there and get the kingdom, meet the Most High God. Niggas probably going to be back there high-fiving, chest bumping, fist slapping, toe tapping, and all kind of other stuff in your habitations, being guarded by those angels. The angels going to be doing security while you in your habitations, waiting for the end of days. Oh my goodness. And you're going to be very much alive. It says that you are going to know and you are going to understand the rest that you now enjoy. How you going to enjoy rest now if you're dead? Because you haven't gotten the kingdom yet, but you are dead. But it says you're going to know that you're enjoying the rest now. You're going to be very much alive. You're going to be dead to people on planet Earth, but you're going to be more alive than you ever have in your life. You guys, when you put these scriptures together, these things make sense. These things make sense. And right now, what we're doing, we're getting you all prepped. We're laying the foundation, prepping right now for 2nd Esdras 13. And what a beautiful prep it is. You guys see this, right? Sister Hazelwood says, the book of Psalms chapter 2. Let's get it, Hazelwood. Hazelwood, let's put this crap to bed out here, y'all. We chopping down all lies, y'all. And we swinging a very heavy Old Testament only sword. And you know what? I know we got some Baha Simmers in here right now. We got Baha Simmers who gonna watch this on the playback, but I'm telling you, we have at least one Baha Simmer in here right now. They quiet as a church mouse. They know not to say nothing. They know not to say nothing, y'all, because they're gonna get hewn into pieces by these Old Testament only Hebrews over here. Any one of us can hew anybody into pieces, not because we so big and bad, but because our God is big and bad. And the word of our God is undefeated. Old Testament Torah only, Tanakh only, undefeated. And when we picking up that thing and swinging that thing like Excalibur, no man dare stand in our way lest they lose their limbs. Spiritually, spiritually. Hazel Woods and She Goes, the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 7 through 12. And it reads, I will declare the decree. Yahweh has said unto me, thou art my son. No, brother. No, brother. This is Bahashem Yahawashi, brother. There's no such thing as a Bahashem Yahawashi, nigga. This is the Old Testament. This is the real God, the real deal. Get that blood-drinking, body-eating demon out of here. We ain't dealing with that crap. This is Old Testament only, Torah only, Tanakh only, Yahweh only, Most High only over here. There's no such thing as a Bahashem, no such thing as a Yahawashi. This is King David speaking. You niggas better start some respect. Because best believe, when King David shows up, all you niggas out there disrespecting King David, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Here's your warning now. This is God's son. The book of Psalms chapter 2, verse 7 through 12. And it reads, I will declare the decree that Yahweh said unto me. Who's the me? This is King David. Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Do you guys see this? Christians and Catholics have hijacked King David. Verse 8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Verse 9, thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Sounds good to me. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Verse 12, kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are they that put their trust in him. Do you guys see this? You guys don't even know this is talking about King David. You're going to, just like the mafia, the mob boss wants you to kiss the ring, you niggas going to bow down and kiss King David, or you're going to get unalived. Period. Even if King David gets angry just a little bit. This got nothing to do with that blood-drinking, body-eating demon. By Hashem Yahawashi. Wicked demon. Blood-eating, body-eating demon. Hijacking. Thief. Definitely a thief in the night. He told you he was a thief in the night. A thief in the night is supposed to get put down because you're a sinner, a thief in the night. It ain't gonna be nothing about no thief in the night when the Most High God come. When the Most High God come, he gonna pull up, and you ain't gonna be wondering about somebody being a thief. He's gonna come down and rock this world. You guys see what's going on though? We got Brother Ben Yisrael in the building. Brother Ben Yisrael says, Shalom, Hebrew family. Just getting home from slavery. Ty Vex, Mr. Real Talk. All praise to the Most High. Only praise Yah. That's right. I feel you, brother. I had a long day myself at the slave house. Family, I had a very long day at the slave house, a very long week at the slave house. And now, just like in ancient Egypt, at least at my plantation, they are turning up the workload tremendously. And not too long, in a couple of more hours, it'll be time for me to go back in. So in a little while, I got to wrap this up, get off of here, get something to eat and pass out and get ready for slavery in a little while. I will be glad when the Most High brings the kingdom in so that we don't have to go into slavery anymore. Because it's very exhausting and it's tiring. We got Sister SP in the building. Sister SP says, Shalom, family, with a heart-loving emoji. Shalom to you, SP. And shalom to the rest of the fam out there. Okay? So look, now that you guys have been prepped, and I could do more prepping, but I think we got enough now. You see who God's son is, okay? You see who the anointed one is, okay? And now we get ready to get into that second Esdras. But you know what? I don't know. I'm just going to give just a tad bit more prepping. Not much, but just a little spice here. Check this out. The book of Psalms, chapter 89. The book of Psalms, chapter 89. And let's just go straight to verse 20. I have found David, my servant, with my holy oil have I anointed him. Do you guys see that? The whole chapter 89 of Psalms is very mighty, it's very convincing, and it's very convicting. But we went straight to it. The Most High says, I found David with my holy oil and anointed him. Period. Nothing to talk about. And that goes right along with the book they told you don't read. 2nd Baruch 72, 1 through 6. Didn't we read about the Most High's anointed when his time comes. And you guys will see why we did all this prepping once we start reading 2nd Esdras 13. It's going to leap off the pages at you. All this prepping we doing. We just went to Psalms 89 and verse 20. God says he founded David with his oil and God anointed David. Here it is in 2nd Baruch 72, verse 2. It says, after the signs have come, of which I have spoken to you before, when the nations are moved and the time of my anointed one comes. Who is this anointed one? We just read, didn't we? Psalms 89 and 20. God anointed David. And here in 2nd Baruch 72, which is the book that they tell you guys not to read. 2nd Baruch is evil. Well, 2nd Baruch is saying the same thing that Psalms 89 is saying. Is Psalms 89 evil? You see that? And look, and now one more again, we're going to tap on Isaiah 40 and 31, and then we're going to dive into 2nd Esdras. And watch how it leaps off the page at you. With all the prepping, the surgical prepping that we did, watch how that don't leap off the pages at you, family. And then we're going to double back to this. Isaiah 40 and 31, and we just want this top part. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. The people who wait on Yahweh at some point, according to Isaiah, they're going to be able to fly. Now, with all the surgical prepping we've been doing, Hebrew, I want you to listen closely to this. And we're not going to read all of 2nd Esdras and 13. We're going to read up to a certain point. And we're going to know when we get to that point where we've had enough. But listen to this. And now you're going to get the answer to the question when you first clicked on this video. Who is this man in 2nd Esdras chapter 13? It's not JC. It's not Yahawashi. Now listen to 2nd Esdras and 13 with clear eyes, Hebrew. 2nd Esdras chapter 13. Read, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. This is a prophet of God, a prophet of the Most High. This is Ezra. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. So those waters got real rough. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they that burned that heard his voice, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And remember, this is a man doing this now. This is not the Most High. This is a man doing this. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved him a great mountain and flew up upon it. Ho, 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 ho. What did he say? And I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Hold up, man. That must be some kind of typo or something. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Whoever this man is that came up out of the water, this man is flying. The prophet Ezra saw a man flying through the sky. Sounds like Superman, doesn't it? And somebody may say, I don't believe that, man. But hold up, hold up. Didn't the book of Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31 tell you that the people who wait on Yahweh are going to mount up with wings like eagles? Isaiah told you that people were going to be flying who put their trust in Yahweh. So when when Ezra right here is telling you that he's seeing a man flying, you should not have a hard problem believing that. If you believe Isaiah 40 and 31. So your faith is going to be tested, Hebrew. Do you really believe Isaiah 40 and 31? Here is Esdras telling you he's seeing a man flying. And he says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain. How would he be able to grave himself a great mountain? This man would have to be strong as Superman to do something like this. Do you know that? And he's flying like Superman. But Isaiah told you, people who put their faith in Yahweh, you're going to be able to run without being tired, walk without fainting, and you're going to be able to mount up with wings as eagles. Not spiritually mount up, with wings as eagles. Ezra just said he saw somebody flying, y'all, and he graved out a great mountain. If you've been around this channel for a while, you guys know a couple of videos we read about the testaments of the 12 patriarchs, and some of those brothers were so strong. We're going to read some of those stories again, you guys, but right now we here. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. Ezra wanted to know where this man cut this big piece of mountain that he flew up on top of. Ezra wanted to know where was this thing coming from, but he didn't know. He wanted to know where was the piece that he cut this thing from, but he couldn't see it. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Esdras saw this man burn people up with the words that he was speaking out of his mouth. This is a superhuman being right here. You want to know what it looks like when the Most High God has the Israelites all the way charged up? You reading about it right here. And this is the king of the Israelites. Yahweh is our king, but we have an earthly king, King David. The whole house of Israel is literally going to be turned into supermen. And King David is going to be the Superman of supermen. Y'all know Zechariah says in that day, everyone of the house of Israel going to be like King David, even the feeble ones. You guys don't know how much the Most High loves King David, y'all, and the glorified status that King David is going to get. And now it's becoming more clear why you think the scriptures be talking about us receiving the sure mercies of David. because the Most High is going to bestow that upon us all. You guys, this is going to be something crazy right here. Why you think the book of Obadiah says the Most High is going to turn Jacob into a flame? Y'all see how this is coming together, Hebrew? The book of Obadiah tell you the Most High is going to turn Jacob, which are the Israelites, he going to turn you into a flame, and you're going to kindle in Esau, and you're going to burn them. Don't that sound a lot like what we reading right here in 2nd Esdras? Don't tell me this book is evil. We seeing the connection right here. And you guys, I didn't even see that connection until we coming together right now. Seeing the book of Obadiah. The book of Obadiah says, Jacob, which is Israel, the Most High going to turn you into a flame. And you're going to kindle in Esau. You're going to burn Esau up. The Most High going to use you to do it. He's going to turn Jacob into a match, a flame. Doesn't that sound like what we read right here? This man who can fly, because Ezra said he saw this same man flying. And then this same man who was flying started words coming out his mouth. This is a superhero, y'all. You guys, I don't think you guys understand what's going on. If you do, you should be very happy. The sure mercies of David belong to us. What a time to be alive, y'all. I'm losing track where I'm at. Let me find out where I'm at. Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All Ezra could do was smell the smoke of burned bodies, and he was terrified. A man of God was terrified. Verse 13, after I saw the same man come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, others some bought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awakened and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and has counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. For as I conceive in mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. For they that were not left were in heaviness. And you know why those people were in heaviness? Because they got killed by King David. You guys, we're not going to read all the 2nd Esdras chapter 13, but I think you get the idea. Maybe we'll come back at another time and finish it up. 2nd Esdras chapter 13 is one heck of a chapter. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a glorious chapter. Brother Ben Yisrael says facts. Hey, family, I hope you guys have been edified. I hope you see why it was necessary to do the spiritual surgical prepping before we read 2nd Esdras 13. All the prep work we did leading up to it, it's very clear who that is. It's King David, the king of the Israelites. Hazelwood says, Human Torch like in Fantastic Four movies. At Hazelwoods, we cannot make this up. And do you know that's just what I was thinking, Hazelwoods? Human Torch. And there's other places too. Obadiah says he gonna turn Jacob into a flame and we gonna burn Esau. Is it in Zechariah too? Or somewhere else he talks about, I'm gonna turn Israel into fire in a sheath. You're gonna be like a sword full of fire going into a sheath. That's a vicious weapon right there, you guys. Human Torch, like Hazelwood says. Hazelwood says, 2nd Esdras chapter 13. You guys, if you want to read the rest of that, read the rest of that. Okay? And if you want to, matter of fact, hold up. I was almost about to forget. If you want to read the rest of 2nd Esdras 13, you finish that out, Hebrew. But we got the part that I wanted you guys to see. That's King David in there. Okay? Now we're going to go and hit Deuteronomy chapter 30, like Hazel Woods has said. And then I'm going to let you guys get on up out of here. And I'm hungry as a wild werewolf in London, too. And I got to get ready for slavery, even though I just got in from slavery. But I told y'all, Pharaoh's kicking it up, making the hours longer, bringing back weekend hours and all that stuff. So a nigga really working slave life for real, y'all. I'm so tired right now. I can't even put it into words, Hebrew, how tired I am. Getting ready to read Deuteronomy chapter 30. Also Hebrews. Let me see where it's at. Also Hebrews. If the Most High God should put it on your heart and you want to donate to the channel, you can do it right there at the Cash App. Boss at Home 1121. That's hashtag Boss at Home 1121. I will also drop the Cash App link in the Chizat. Well, not in the chat, but after the video uploads, come back to the upload. If you want to donate to the channel, if the Most High puts it on your heart, you can drop it in the Cash App, and I definitely would appreciate it if you did. Deuteronomy chapter 30, and it reads, listen good, Hebrews, listen good. And hit that like. For everybody who hasn't hit that like button already, if you've been in here all this time, Hebrew, and you haven't hit that like button, what are you waiting for, Hebrew? Hit it. And look, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, Hebrew, subscribe to the channel. Okay, and if the Most High puts it on your heart, share this video with somebody. I know because of the kind of stuff that we talk about, right? People might not be so quick to want to share this video because for sure, you're going to catch a lot of flack. You're going to catch a lot of flack when you show, if you share this kind of video that we show over here. You're going to catch a lot of flack. But if you can share it, go ahead and share the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, Hebrew. And like I said, if the Most High puts it on your heart to donate to the channel, you can drop it at the Cash App. I will come back when this video uploads, and I will leave my Cash App information in the comment section as well as the video description. I hope all of you guys are being safe out there. I hope you are staying prayed up out there. I hope that you all are repenting as hard as you can, as much as you can, to the Most High every day, because we getting closer to that day, y'all. We got Slugger up in here. I can't pronounce that last name, brother. I'm not even going to try because I don't want to butcher it. But Brother Slugger says salam. Salam to you, Brother Slugger. Okay? I hope that you've been edified from this video, Brother Slugger. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. And it reads, this is Deuteronomy chapter 30, y'all. I'm going to let you guys go after this. Deuteronomy chapter 30, and it reads, listen good, Hebrew. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither Yahweh thy God hath driven thee, and shall return unto Yahweh thy God, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thine soul, that then Yahweh thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither Yahweh thy God hath scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from hence will Yahweh thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And Yahweh thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. And Yahweh thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love Yahweh thy God with all thine heart and with all thine soul, that thou mayest live. Y'all see that? Yahweh's going to perform spiritual surgery to us, and he's going to put it in us, and he's going to make us keep these laws willingly and knowingly. We're going to know all the laws, and we're going to keep them all. And Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. And Yahweh thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land, for good. For Yahweh will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. You know what, y'all? This is telling you Yahweh wants us to be rich. Do y'all see this? Yahweh wants us to be rich. Y'all, look at this again. It's part of the covenant. Look, verse 9. And Yahweh thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand. Do you know what that means? Every work of your hand is going to be plenteous. That means you're going to be getting it in. You're going to be filled to the brim with resources. Not a little bit, not just enough, but plenteous. You know what that means? That means way more than you need. In every work of thine hand. You know what? Every side hustle, every business, every invention. Plenteous. Do you guys see that? That's monetary, believe it or not. You better not listen to a Catholic or a Christian. This is monetary gain right here. This is any kind of gain you can think of. You can put your hands to, Hebrew. Look at this. And not just that, talking about children, the fruit of thy land, the fruit of thy body. You see this? Verse 10. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn to Yahweh thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, for this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven, that thou shouldest say, who should go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it. Neither is it beyond the sea, that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it. But the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. In that I command thee this day to love Yahweh thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments is live and multiply. And that Yahweh thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. But thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, like serving Christ, serving JC, serving Yahawashi, Bahashim Yahawashi. That's another God. We got Hazelnut City. Hazelnut City said again. What's going on, Hazelnut City? I see you back up in here again, Hazelnut City. Good to see you. Hey, Hazelnut City, it's to see since you seems like you're going to be coming around, man. A woman or a man, Hazelnut City. And are you subscribed to the channel, Hazelnut City? And Hazelnut City, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button right now, Hazelnut City. All of you out there, anybody who's watching this on the live or the playback, if you are not subscribed to this channel already, hit the subscribe button and hit the button that says all, so that you get notified whenever we drop every single video. We've been worshiping other gods, you guys, and we've been serving them. That's why people say they want to be a servant of Bahashim Yahawashi, or being a servant of Christ. You're serving another God. Do it. Because when you serve another God, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to have so much trouble. Just like King David said, Psalm 16:4, and we're going to get that. After we finish this Deuteronomy chapter 30, we're going to get Psalm 16:4. So we're going to see what happens to everybody who wants to serve another God. Whenever you follow Jesus, or you follow Yeshua, Yahawashi, Bahashim Yahawashi, if you keep thinking that the Most High God has an only begotten Son who died for anybody, you are mistaken. And the Most High God has led you to this channel. Whoever you are, wherever you are, he's trying to wake you up to the truth before he has to put you down. And I get happy every single time I see somebody wake up to the truth that this is the Most High and it's him only. Because see, there's other things that we got to learn too. But like the biggest hurdle to everybody's learning is Jesus, another God. Some people call him Yeshua. Some people call him Yahawashi. Some people call him Bahashim Yahawashi. You call him whatever you want. He has nothing to do with the God of Israel, the God of Jacob. Believe it or not, it's all a hoax, you guys. And only the remnant. Most of God's chosen people, they're not going to get it. The Most High is going to put them down. And then the majority of the Gentiles, they're not going to get it. Because the majority of the Gentiles, they follow idols. They follow Jesus and all these other gods. And so God's people follow the Gentiles. That's why they follow Jesus. And that's why the Christian church had the emblem of that fish. And inside that fish, it says Jesus. Because Jesus is that fish. He represents that fish that swallowed Jonah. He's also the fish who swallowed the children of Israel for a little more than 2,000 years. This thing is deep, you guys. We got Hazelnut City. Hazelnut City says, I'm a man. I just subscribed. Not familiar with your teachings, but I'm interested in learning. Hey, Hazelnut City, all praises to the Most High God of Israel. Because believe it or not, Hazelnut City, and I understand why you said interested in my teachings, but brother Hazelnut City, these are not my teachings. These are the teachings of the Ancient of Days. These teachings are the teachings of the God of the Old Testament. In Hazelnut City, but you're going to find out, if you stick around long enough over here, you're going to find out that the whole world has been lied to, Hazelnut City. All of us been lied to. And we've been pushed to worship and serve another God. And because of it, the real God, which is the God of the Old Testament, He's coming down with both feet on his own children and the whole world. And there's not much time left before he goes all out savage. And it's going to be ugly. Only a few people are going to escape this. And I'm hoping to be one of the ones myself. And I'm hoping that everybody on this live chat is going to repent and turn to the God of the Old Testament so that none of us have to get caught up in what's getting ready to happen. And let me finish this Deuteronomy chapter 30. But if thine heart turn away so that thou wilt not hear, which is what we did, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them. Verse 18, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish. You guys, we looked up perish around here before. Perish means you're going to be viciously, brutally, suddenly maimed and or killed by the God of Israel. You're not going to just go to sleep and not wake up and peacefully pass away. You're not going to be walking down the street and slip on a banana peel, sprain your ankle, go to the hospital and lay up in there for 6 to 9 months and just eat and just wither away softly. No, you're going to be viciously, brutally maimed and killed by Yahweh himself. Sort of like what happened to some people on New Year's. They had to perish because, believe it or not, the God of the Old Testament is pissed. And he starts off doing it in the spirit realm. He putting people to death in the spirit realm, right? But at some point, and we don't know what day, but soon the God of the Old Testament is going to emerge out of the invisible world, and he's going to come walking down your street physically. And in that day, oh my Yahweh, we all gonna be terrified. Even the ones who make it and the ones who the Most High coming to save us, we still gonna be terrified just seeing this. It's gonna be a terrible thing. Let me finish this chapter. Verse 18, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish. That's what happens when you worship other gods and serve them. Like being a servant of Christ, you're going to perish out here. I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whither you pass over Jordan to go to possess it. Verse 19, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and thy seed may live. Verse 20, that thou mayest love Yahweh thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to give them. This has nothing to do with Yeshua, nothing to do with Yahawashi, nothing to do with Bahashem Yahawashi, nothing to do with nobody at all except Yahweh and him only. This is so critical, you guys. Anybody out there that cannot understand this, you are in grave danger, okay? You got all of these people going around committing acts of violence in these first couple of days of the New Year's, and it's only going to get worse. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get taken out suddenly. You're going to be riding on a train. You're going to be riding on a bus. You're going to be at your job, at your slavery, and some devil is going to come in there, and it's going to be bada bing, bada boom. You're going to be in the spirit realm just like that. And it's going to be a wrap for you. I can't make this up. Get ready. Get ready, y'all. Hazelwood says, the window is closing fast. Yes, it is, Hazelwoods. That window is closing very fast. That window is closing so fast, it's scary. And you know what? Hazelnut City, you may have think you just stumbled across this channel, the Hazelnut City, the Most High God sent you here. Clearly, the Most High God wants to have some kind of mercy on you, Hazelnut City, or else he wouldn't have sent you here. Because this is the truth channel. Hey, Hazelnut City, I'm just curious because I know we talk about a lot of things over here. How did you find this channel, Hazelnut City? If you don't mind me asking, what made you click on this video? How did you find this channel? What was going on that brought you to this channel? Just curious. And you know what? We like to ask everybody that when they show up over here, because different people show up for different reasons. But I'm just definitely curious to see, Hazelnut City, how the Most High decided to bring you to the conclusion to click on this video. You're going to read this verse, y'all. Brother Ben Israel says, Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, and it says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." You see that? And that sounds so basic, but most people, they can't do this because they put JC before the Father. JC even tells you, before you get to the Father, you got to deal with me. So that means JC is putting himself in front of God. Y'all see that? Do you see why we reject Christ? Exodus 20 and 3, this is a law from God. This is not a request. Exodus 20 and 3, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." But Christ is supposed to be God in the flesh. And Christ says, before you go to God, it will me. So Christ is placing himself before God. Do you guys see this? I'm talking to somebody out there right now. Brother Ben Israel says, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, "Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." You guys see that? That's our whole duty. Keep the commandments and we will live, not die. Hazelnut City says, "I live in Greenville, South Carolina." Oh, okay. I know exactly why you clicked on this video then, brother. Hazelnut City says, "I live in Greenville, South Carolina, and I live about 5 minutes from where the bomb threat was last night. I was looking to see live news feeds about it, and you were covering the bomb threat. All praises to the Most High God." So you see that, Hazelnut City? The Most High God had me cover the bomb threat because he knew that that was near you. He knew that that would resonate with you. So the Most High God used that as a way to fish for you, to get you to hear the truth, Hazelnut City. And you thought you was just coming to find out about the bomb threat. Whole time you have stumbled into a Old Testament only channel, a biblical channel. You've actually stumbled into a life-saving channel, brother. And you stumbled into this channel over here is filled with God's chosen people, the physical Hebrew Israelites, Hazelnut City. Hazelnut City, you just stumbled across a whole lot of things. And the Most High God brought you here, Hazelnut City. Hazelnut City, if I were you, I would take full advantage of this. Because believe it or not, Hazelnut City, many people out here, they are not going to get this call that you got, Hazelnut City. Most people, they're never going to click on videos over here. Even people saw the bomb threat video. They didn't click on the video. And if they did, once they heard the kind of stuff we talking about over here, they definitely wouldn't have stuck around. And for the fact that the Most High had you click on this video, and now here you are now, seeing the kind of stuff that we talking about, and you're still sticking around, I'm telling you, Hazelnut Woods, the Most High wants to have mercy on you in some kind of form of capacity. If I were you, I would take full advantage. Because the majority of people on planet Earth, they reject the kind of things that we talk about over here, Hazelnut City. So all praises to the God of Israel, the one true God, the one true creator, Yahweh. Some people call him Yah, some people call him Yahweh, some people call him Yahuwah, some people call him the Ancient of Days, some people call him the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. That's who we talking about. And you know what? You couldn't have came here at a better time, Hazelnut City, because it is the God of the Old Testament who's controlling all of these violent outbursts that we're seeing. The God of the Old Testament, he wants payback. And he wants revenge for not only what the world has done to the 12 tribes of Israel, but he wants revenge just for the wickedness that is being spread to all people and all the animals. People have treated the animals horribly. People have treated this planet Earth horribly. People have treated people inhumanely. And the God of the Old Testament, he's showing himself more and more. And the more he begins to show himself, anybody who doesn't understand him or understand what pleases him is a very good chance. Not a good chance, it's 100% chance you're going to get caught up in his wrath. So Hazelnut City, I'm telling you, you might not see it right now, but at some point you're going to look back on this, you stumbling across this video. I'm telling you, it's the best thing that could ever happen to you. It could literally save your life. Because the Most High is getting ready to steamroll people. You're getting ready to see. I'm having a feeling that this is going to be the year of violence. The Most High God of the Old Testament, he is the king of terror. Believe it or not. And when he wants to make people afraid, he makes them afraid. And when he wants to give you peace, the Most High God can make everybody around you terrified. And you'll be the only one who can sleep peacefully at night when everybody else around you is scared out of their mind. And I'm telling y'all, in a little bit, you get ready to see things going on in here in America. The average American is going to be scared to leave their house. Mark my words. Mark my words, Hebrews. It's time to get serious, y'all. Hazelwood says, and you came back. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, Hazelnut City came back. That's, you know, the Most High is putting the spirit on him to check this thing out, to see what we talking about over here. And Hazelnut City says, I'm not religious at the moment. Hey, that's good, brother. Hazelnut City says, I'm not religious at the moment. Hey, and you know what? That's actually a really good thing, because you're going to find out, the longer you stick around here, Hazelnut Woods, you're going to find out that every single religion is a lie. So it's a good thing that you're not a religious person. In fact, it's religious people who have the hardest time understanding the truth. And that's why this channel is not a big channel. This is a smaller channel. Videos don't get too many views because not too many people want to talk about the things that we're talking about. We're talking about things that's going to affect your life on this earth right now. And we talk about what's going to happen to you immediately upon you passing away. I'm talking not days, not weeks, months, and years, and thousands of years. The very second you pass away, on this channel, we know what's going to happen to you. We made videos about it. And that's why it always warms my heart whenever we see somebody new over here that actually wants to come back, because we know the Most High God, that's him making you want to come back. And all praises to the Most High God, because the Most High God is the one who decides who gets to hear the truth, who gets to accept it and believe it. Because believe it or not, if the Most High God wants you to reject this truth, he'll put the spirit on you and say, okay, he'll let you hear it, right, to condemn you. Because one day, everyone is going to stand before Yahweh. He'll let you hear this just so he can go down and record that you were told. And then when you go to stand before him in the spirit realm, then they're going to bring this up against you in your trial. And now you're going to be condemned to death. See, that's the God of the Old Testament. He's a God of war. He's a man of war. He's a man of righteousness. He's a man of order. He's also a man of love and compassion. And he wants to have mercy on people who will lay hold on this covenant. But you're going to have to search for the Most High God And that's what we do over here. This channel is your go-to YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. Most religious people cannot stand this channel because most religious people love JESUS. And JESUS is all about stealing the glory from the God of the Old Testament, stealing the rightful position of the anointed one of the God of the Old Testament, which we've clearly proved in this video and others. The God of the Old Testament anointed King David. Psalms 89 verse 20 and 2nd Baruch chapter 72 verse 1 through 6 and Psalms chapter 2. Just read the whole Psalms chapter 2. There's no way around it. The Most High is revealing himself to us in these last days, y'all. Brother Ben Yisrael, and he goes, we all have to stay prayed up every day, every second, and turn from our wicked ways. 2nd Chronicles 7 and 14. Yes, brother. All of us, y'all. And we got to do it every single day, y'all. And I did not want to keep you guys that long. I'm sorry for keeping you guys that long. But you know I get carried away, right? And so I got to read this verse that Brother Ben Yisrael just posted in there. 2nd Chronicles 7 and 14. And it reads, and he appointed according to the order of David, his father, the courses of the priests. I'm sorry. 2nd Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. Read, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face, not Christ, and seek my face, not JESUS, and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. You notice he didn't say we had to kill no animal. He didn't say we had to shed no blood. He didn't say we had to do no human sacrifice. He said, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and heal their land. Did you hear that? That verse just hit me in a different way right there. And I've heard that verse multiple times. That verse just hit me a different way, letting me know that you don't need no blood of any kind. I already knew that, right? But that just drives it home. You don't need Christ for anything. You don't need a of any sort. And I know some people get angry about that, but guess what? Too bad. It's the truth. Period. One last verse, y'all, and then we gonna back on up out of here. Because I'm tired, I'm starving, and I actually gotta be back on the plantation in a few hours, y'all. I'm so freaking tired. But this work has to get put in, you guys. This is the only way we gonna get the kingdom, y'all. Psalms chapter 16, verse 4. For all you idolaters out there, for all of you people who want to go against everything we just read these last 2 hours and all the videos that we've been doing, for all you blood drinkers of Christianity, for all you Catholic vampires out there, spiritual cannibals, the God of the Old Testament is going to get you. Listen to this. Psalm 16 and 4. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another God. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. You hear that? Did you guys hear that? King David says, their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another God. A God in the flesh? That's another God. That's another God other than the one we know from the Old Testament. And it says, their drink offerings of blood will I not offer. Letting you know that what? King David in the spirit saw JESUS telling us to drink his blood. Because JC said that his blood was a drink offering. a drink offering for sin that he wants you to drink. King David says, no, their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. King David says, not only am I not going to drink blood of any kind, you're not to drink blood of any kind. Not only that, King David says, I'm not even going to mention the name of somebody who would tell me to do something like that. King David says he wouldn't even mention the name of Jesus because you don't need it. That's actually a demon, you guys. And he wants you to be a vampire because drinking blood makes you a sinner and it makes you an abomination. Drinking blood of any kind. The Most High is going to kill you if you don't stop. And that's what JC wants. He doesn't want you to live. He wants you dead. And he knows that if you eat his body, you're a cannibal. And if you drink his blood, you're a vampire. You are as good as dead. And JC knows that because he's very cunning and deceptive. And that's why the whole world has been fooled by every religion. We don't deal with religion over here, family. We deal with the Most High God, the God of our forefathers, the God of the slaves, the God of the Israelites. And he told us not to drink blood. And he told us if we want him to forgive our sins, just turn to him, humble ourselves, pray, and turn from our wicked ways. We ain't got to sacrifice nothing. No animal, no human. We ain't got to drink no blood. We ain't got to do none of that garbage. You only have to do that garbage if you want to follow another God. Like Psalm 16:4, another God. And your sorrows are going to be multiplied. And you might not think so now, but when King David actually comes back to this earth and he kills you, you're going to know then. When the Most High slings you head first into the spirit realm when you come up out of these bodies, and then you wandering in the spirit realm in torments, and you're going to be completely confounded, and you're going to be terrified, waiting for the end of days to be put to death once and for all. Can't make this up, you guys. Wouldn't make this up because I know that the Most High God will put me to death. I ain't got time for that. My goal is to get into the kingdom, and I want to help as many of my family, which is you guys, to get in as well. All praises to the Most High God and him alone, Hebrews. Family, you guys know we go live quite a bit over here, and we're still going to continue to go live, but the schedule might get switched up a little bit because the slave master at work is really doubling up the workload. So now we're working much more longer hours, even going back to working long weekends. So we will be going live tomorrow, but it's going to probably be in the evening time, like maybe even at nighttime. Super late, but it may even be, I don't know, maybe somewhere between 6 and 7 o'clock tomorrow. Anywhere between 6 and 7, maybe closer to 7. Somewhere in there, we'll be going live tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. Late tomorrow evening, early tomorrow night. Sometime, Most High willing, we will be going live because we got work to do. It doesn't matter how tired I am. Doesn't matter. This work got to get done. And the payday for this work getting done will be, that's what I'm really looking forward to. The kingdom coming in. And like I said, family, also, if anybody would like to email your brother, my email is right here on the screen. Glory to Yah 1121 at Gmail. Okay, that's my email for whatever you want to chop it up about. Also, we're trying to have a get together where the Hebrews can get together and congregate somewhere. We need 5 people to say that they're interested in doing this, y'all. And we know we all spread out in different states. So once we get 5 people that say that they want to do this, Then we'll start taking votes on what state we want to go to. Okay? And most high willing, we'll be able to get enough people to say they want to do this. Once we get at least 5 people to email me, say they want to do it, we'll take a vote to see what state we want to go to. Once again, my email is glory2yah1121@gmail.com. Okay, Hebrews. Also, Hebrews, if there's anybody out there, like I said, if you would like to donate to the channel, my Cash App is #BossAtHome1121. That's #BossAtHome1121. Also, when the video uploads, I will leave the Cash App link in the comment section. If the Most High puts it on your heart to donate to the channel, then feel free to do so. Also, you can hit that like button, Hebrew, but that like button is free, Hebrew. And you can share this video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Getting ready to sign off, family. This is Mr. Real Talk. You go to YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. Tavex, Hebrews, purity, and becoming one. Peace, blessings, love, and safety to the 12 tribes of Israel who've been scattered to all nations for the disobedience of our ancestors. And peace to all you Gentiles out there, you sincere Gentiles out there who are going to cleave to the house of Israel in these end times. Peace to you. Mercy on us all. And Most High willing, family, I will see you guys tomorrow evening. Peace, family. I'm out of here.